Et salut, on est reparti pour du Baldur's Gate. Donc j'ai des morceaux de clown et une liche à vaincre. Enfin, une liche à vaincre et des morceaux de clown à trouver. Là, il cache. Fallait que j'aille parler à Minsk aussi. On va aller au camp.
Something's on my mind.
I brought my own paring knife. Now I just need some ingredients and...
Ok.
Fate, dost thou require a new ally? Oh.
Minsk seems quite the enthusiastic ally. Would all do well to remain on his good side. And out of the range of his fists.
So, we can add one bald wall of muscle to our little group. I'm sure he'll come in handy. Maybe as a doorstop.
Whatever happens next, be sure that I will document it all as accurately as possible.
The Blade of Avern. Tell me, little bug, who should Will's first target be?
Gortash, l'élu de Bane.
The terrible tyrant himself. Strike him down, bug. Let freedom's bells ring. The brain won't be too far beyond. Oh, how the people will applaud their... Well, if they're not revolted by those hideous... I'll keep the whole devil pulling his strings hush-hush. I promise. Don't worry, I won't keep too tight a leash. He scratches my horns, and I'll scratch his. Ah, the thrill of the unknown. I can't wait to see how this epic plays out.
Hors de question que j'accepte une diablesse restée dans mon campement. Ou alors je veux quelque chose en échange.
Why? I'm supplying Will with every scrap of his infernal power. I've paid my... I tell you what. When the time comes to squish that big baddie of a brain, like I said, I'm the giving type.
Minsk just joined our team. This is the best day of my life.
Go on. If you're happy, I'm happy. Are you happy?
Oui.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
I think you might have made a terrible, terrible mistake. Huh? Chasing rumor halfway around the city and back. Crossing the guild. Wading through filth. Defying the one creature upon whom your very life depends. All for a madman and his rodent. The Absolute threatens thousands, the entire coast. And still you risked much to help one man. I should berate you. But I can only say thank you. Your reasons were your own. But whether you meant for it or not, your fight is our fight, huh? Both of us. To the very end.
J'ai pas entendu, merci.
Yes, it was. If you need confirmation of my gratitude, only look. Here I stand, awaiting orders. So, lead the way. We're yours to command.
I was just regaling sweet Isabel with tales about...
Very impressive. Thank you for helping Aelin. That wizard sounded absolutely dastardly.
C'était un plaisir, il a eu ce qu'il méritait.
He did, and it came. Now, my friend, bask in your victory. I will do the same. My darling, we must inform our friend of our news.
Indeed. I've scouted a Selûnite enclave outside the city. They faced the Absolute's armies and come out battered and bruised. Aelin and I will go to them.
But fear not. When the time comes for you to face the foe of foes, Isabel and I...
We wouldn't miss it. Not...
Go well, friend. We will see you soon. And with our great powers combined, this city will be saved.
Ça faisait un moment que je leur avais pas parlé à elle. Il est où notre expert qui suce les cailloux? Bah, il est là.
On Kresh Kalir, giant space hamsters are a staple food. Their hocks are quite scrumptious, if a bit fatty.
Une minute, les hamsters géants de l'espace existent réellement?
Very. But I've never heard of a miniature version, let alone a conversant one. Which means Boo is either a rare specimen, or an ordinary hamster.
The devil's stench lingers, but Will is yet a champion of the people. I'd hoped he'd join me on the council, but he is his own man. I couldn't be prouder.
La conseillère Floric sera soulagée d'apprendre que vous allez bien.
Hells, Floric. While the Absolute commanded my mind, I condemned her to death. And she stood by me even as the Hell's fires lapped at my feet. You must free her.
Floric est libre, elle est en train de rassembler des alliés.
Tremendous news. She proves as loyal to you as she is to me. I couldn't bear it if she died by my command. May the Triad guide her steps.
Comment ils ont réussi à vous capturer?
I was returning from Elturel. My traveling party stopped at an inn, Joaquin's Rest, to lay our heads. It wasn't the heat that woke me. It was the scent. Cultists had set fire to the place. I awoke in Moonrise Towers. Inside one of those, well, the rest goes without saying.
Qu'allez-vous faire à El Turel?
A complicated one. I went to greet Elturel's High Overseer. Only for the Archdevil Zariel to drag the city into the... I've been touched by Avernus. Been a plaything for demons. A tale for other places. Other days.
Baldurin est toujours avec nous, c'est lui le flagelleur mental qui protège notre esprit de l'influence de l'absolu.
Can it be? The man who raised the city's walls became an Alithid.
You both know you owe your lives to me. I am not fallen. I am risen.
We must make this a secret we carry beyond the grave. No name is more sacred to the city than Bulderan's. Not even when people think his name or see his likeness, they must imagine a hero, not a horror.
How misguided you are.
J'avoue.
Boo seems like a worthy addition to our group. His pet, Minsk, may prove useful also. Most are lost forever. Some may creep back into my mind if I encounter anything that helps clear the fog. Then it's overwhelming. Like a lifetime's worth of nightmares unleashed all at once upon waking. I can barely untangle one moment. I just know that my heart sinks if I let my thoughts wander to them.
Ces souvenirs se dissiperont avec le temps, comme toujours.
Perhaps. But in the meanwhile, I'll just have to find a way to live with them.
Est-ce qu'elle a juste fait ça par pure méchanceté?
Shah seeks to break people, to fill their lives with despair so that they will turn to her for relief. Perhaps she thought this would lead me back to her in time. But it won't. I fought too hard to win my freedom. I will not give it up again, no matter how much it hurts. Of course. From the first time I laid eyes on you right until now. That's all safe. I wouldn't surrender even a moment of it.
Tellement drôle, ils sont tous corrompus, tous les veines liées au fait qu'ils se transforment en élitide. Oui, il veut pas me parler?
Let's talk.
Bon alors Minsk, qu'est-ce que tu vas me dire?
Fine lodgings you have found, my friend. Who is already in negotiations with the guardian spirits of this place? In Baldur's Gate, they are likely to be rat-formed and eager to charge rent. But Boo shall secure safe slumber for all. Now, what do you need of Minsk?
Rappelez-vous le motif de votre entretien avec les Entarim.
So dark an alliance sealed with Sentish contracts, cultish vows, and a dragon's shining horde. You think Minsk could forget? You are correct. I have no idea what any of that was about. But we shall simply... Boo! Why do you gnaw at my soft parts? I am trying to... Once again, in smaller words?
Vraiment trop con ce mix.
I see. This truth you seek. Boo believes that Minsk is knowing more than Minsk knows. But it is a difficult thing. There are memories of this time that Minsk does not remember. And Boo suggests that just as he helps with tricksome itches in awkward places. You must reach what Minsk cannot. The parasite. You can use it to tickle free whatever truth you seek.
Dans ce cas,
At first, there is nothing. His mind is empty as a still expanse of open country. But then... Your face, the Stone Lord's face, mirrored in bloodied steel. In the heat of burning buildings, you hold your blade high above pale, frightened faces.
No, that is not right. I slew only monsters. The voice said that they were monsters.
A whisper. The Absolute's voice, twisting the petty guild thieves before you into snarling, savage beasts, feeding on the weak of your city.
The guild. The Stone Lord hunted them, peeled away their rotten ranks one by one to lay bare their corrupt heart. 9 fingers keen. That is what the Absolute bought Black Zenti Steel to do. To kill the Guildmaster.
donc les Zentarim ont renversé la guilde. Et qu'est-ce qu'ils y gagnent?
What does it matter? Cultish thinking has occupied Minsk's mind for long enough. Now is time for doing. And this talk of evil overthrowing evil, pah! Like a many-headed hydra biting at its own throat. Bring forth the hydra, says Boo. More faces for the punching. First we pop the Zentarim blood. Then we show 9 fingers, the 5 fingers of Minsk. Yes?
C'est vrai que 9 doigts avait mis votre tête à prix.
It is only justice, then, that we put a boot upon hers. Make sure you are refreshed before we set out again, friend. The road to justice is paved with kicked buttocks.
Lorsque nos deux esprits ont fusionné, j'ai vu des choses étranges.
Oh, the mind of Minsk is a...
The memories resurface, a lifetime of battles blurring into one. A single constant is Minsk, launching into the fray no matter the foe, be they god, monster, or man. It seems just the barest glimpse of what the man before you has seen and done, but enough to know that he has no right to still be alive.
Ah, wait! That look in your eye. I know exactly what visions of Minsk you have seen to cause you such wonder. My pants. Thrice laced, in the Rashomar style, so that a berserker might split skulls without fear of splitting breeches too. They are fiendishly complex, but fear not for Minsk. With training, he has learned to master the many little knots.
Oubliez votre pantalon, vous avez traversé les plans, combattu des dieux.
Well, as have you, no? Do not forget that when you gaze into Minsk, Minsk also gazes into you. We both fight evil, wherever it is found. The who and where are less important than the hamsters you meet along the way. On this matter of sharing memories, I see no reason for us to worry at one another's worms. If there is more we wish to know, we can simply ask, no?
Bien sûr, un vrai guerrier dit toujours le fond de sa pensée, il ne nie pas celle des autres.
Exactly so. If I must peer into the mind of my enemy, I use an axe. For friends, there is ale. No, my friend. If you fear you have a question that Minsk cannot answer, then you can simply ask Boo.
Vous dites bien vite, mon ami.
Of course, my friend. Or are we not friends?
Je n'ai pas exactement eu le temps de chercher à me faire de nouveaux amis depuis que cette démence a commencé.
Boo never looks to give me fleas. Sometimes you just pick these things up along the path. Now, does Boo see a question in your eye, or just a parasite poking through?
Répondez-moi honnêtement, c'est quoi l'histoire avec le hamster?
Well, Boo, explain yourself. Clear enough?
Comme de l'eau de roche.
Boo has a way with words that we lack. All that space in the cheeks, I am thinking.
J'ai peur de le vexer, on va tester. Assez parlé, assez plaisanté, votre hamster vous parle vraiment?
There is nothing jestful in the bond between a ranger and his companion. Before Boo, I was a typical berserker of Rashomon. Duty-bound and full of my own seriousness. The problem with one so gazing of their navel, however, they are easily ambushed. Brigands split my skull like a sodden wineskin. It was as I recovered that Boo first appeared. He told me that I had felt the great poking finger of justice, marking Minsk as its champion and Boo as my guide. As for the headache, well, justice cannot always afford to be gentle.
Ainsi, vous êtes un paladin défenseur de la justice.
Do not be ridiculous. If any of us is chosen by the gods, it is obviously Boo. Now, shall we away? My boots crave the crunch of unvirtuous nethers. There is more than a little to know, I think. I am huge.
Ah voilà, J.R. dit que vous avez passé un siècle entier sous forme de statue sur la place du Grand Marché. J'aimerais en savoir un peu plus.
Ah, you come in search of stories. It is not yet time to tuck Boo in for the night, but very well. After our adventurings with the Ballspawn, Boo had had his fill of godly flesh. So, we returned to Baldur's Gate for a time. After all, in every city there is a sweaty underbelly, crying out for a virtuous scrubbing. None better to wield a brush than Minsk and Boo. Perhaps we rubbed some villain's rump a little too raw. This Minsk does not know. One moment we stood in the city's slums, the next, ambush! Then Minsk and Boo woke on the wide, with stone dust in sensitive places.
Alors c'est comme ça que vous êtes devenu le célèbre seigneur de pierre.
Aha! Perhaps this is the reason, Boo. It is not because of the legendary thickness of my skull.
Vous n'avez rien vu venir.
The mind of Minsk was occupied with important matters. I was browsing a slum vendor's stall, looking for Boo's favorite nuts. And then, I was stoned. For Minsk, those years passed as quick as a hiccup. It was long ago, then, it is now.
Vous avez traversé tout un siècle en l'espace de quelques instants. Que pensez-vous du Nouveau Monde?
I do not like these metal men on the streets, or the villains who hide behind them. But the new world is not so different to the old one. The city still clings to the hill. The sea still stretches on forever. And the stench of evil still makes Boo wish for a tiny peg on his nose. As long as that stench remains, no matter how old or young the world is, Minsk and Boo will not rest.
Est-il vrai que vous avez voyagé avec le rejeton de Baal qui a sauvé la porte de Balieu?
Countless tales are told of Boo and Minsk. Many of them are so outlandish that even I do not know if they are true. Did Minsk bravely fend off the seductive vials of a succubus in the cloisters of Candlekeep? Maybe. Did he take a bath in the river Styx and temporarily forget himself? I do not remember. Did he travel with a spawn of the god of murder, who warred against his evil brethren and battled triumphantly at the throne of Baal itself? Of course! It was a splendid adventure.
Comment en êtes-vous venu à faire confiance au rejeton d'un dieu aussi malfaisant?
A curious question. Are a child and his father always alike? Take Minsk. He does not have a clear memory of the face of his father, but he does remember tugging on the thick, red whiskers that sprang from his chin. A beard for the ages. Who could have nested there happily through even the harshest of Rashomon winters? Now, look closely at Minsk, and what do you see?
Vous n'avez pas de barbe.
Correct! There are more whiskers on Boo's tiny face than on the mighty chin of Minsk. If Minsk did not inherit the flaming red hair of his mother, or the bushy red beard of his father, why would the spawn of Baal inherit his wickedness?
J'ignorais que vous étiez philosophe à vous avoir perdu.
I have many more thoughts about beards to share. I did not know you cared to hear them.
Il faudrait parler de nos larves.
As you wish, but quietly. It is listening.
Nous avons besoin de leur pouvoir. L'empereur peut nous aider à contrôler si nous le faisons bien.
No! There is a very ancient and very wise saying that Minsk lives by. He who would try to control evil must beware lest evil tricks him, steals his clothes, and kicks his backside with his own boots. I read it on the privy wall in the Blushing Mermaid many years ago.
Vous ne comprenez pas, si l'empereur n'avait pas été là, nous n'aurions pas jamais pu vous sauver.
Oh, Minsk knows all about this emperor. It has tried to introduce itself to me already. Minsk does not trust it.
Et si vous m'en disiez davantage?
No, I do not think our new friend wishes to see me blubbering, Boo.
Boo est malin. Faire part de ses émotions aux autres, c'est une bonne chose.
Minsk is normally the strong and violent type, but if you insist on hearing a sad tale, he can tell it. This Emperor played a very cruel trick. It made me believe that something lost had been found. It came to me in dreams, wearing a face I never thought to see again. Dinah here, a witch of my homeland. She was to be the greatest of them, and I her protector. It was not easy. She was a fierce and independent cub. She did not think she needed Mother Bear Minsk to protect her. And she was right. The elders sent us out into the world, thinking it would teach her to bow a little. But it was the world that bowed to Dinah here, wherever she went. And Minsk blundered along behind. And in the end, it was she who died, protecting me.
Que lui est-il arrivé?
That is in the past. It showed me Dinah here not as she was, but as she would have been. Should have been. Hearing her voice again. For a moment, Minsk almost believed it. But then, the Emperor made a mistake. It did the one thing that Dinah here would never, ever do. It told Minsk exactly what he wanted to hear. Dinah here. Hers was more the habit of teaching Minsk many new ways to say the word fool. I think on what she would say to Minsk now, cowering from a creature in his own skull. Fine. If you say this tadpole is a weapon, then let us wield it. So long as it is still our hearts that guide us, yes? Or better yet, my hamster.
Who says, what?
Can't give up now. You will grow to like Jahira's incense in time. Like chewing herbs and soap, yes?
Enough time wasted. Battle awaits.
This city reeks of evil. Or perhaps Boo just needs to bathe.
Mm-hmm. Quoi qu'il est beaucoup en sagesse. Alors, au niveau des gants, des bottes. Pour être utile.
can't stop me yet. Swift as my feet can carry me. Let's have a look.
Hmm.
Horrible, those gallows, aren't they? Shame no one cares enough. Folk don't even think about it much, I bet. But they should.
Right tool will do the trick.
This corpse has been desecrated, displayed, and there's nothing random about it.
Circus clowns? What an end for Dribbles the Clown.
L'effigie de Balthazar se gagne petite, sans ambition. Sous sa rébellion l'a-t-elle menée? Il s'est cru libre, mais le destin a tout de même fini par se saisir de son cadavre. Et il est en surpoids. Je me disais pourquoi il avance plus. Alors j'ai un pied, un torse et un... Ok.
Chucking themselves into the chiampa.
I'll give it a shot.
The circus of the last days has returned. See Dryads, Jinn, and Dribbles the Clown back with a new act.
Better when she gets to shut them up.
squarries who might send a fireball up his butt with all of this stringy hair in your face.
Is that why you keep your head shaved? I assumed it was a custom of some sort.
Oh, no. Most warriors of Rashiman wear long battle braids, weighed down with stone.
Her rights
Minsk
will
can
be
show
said.
you in next weekend.
Her body made one with the soil.
Thank you, but I'm more
focus on
wizard
how
than warrior. Not sure my scalp would stand up to such a platting.
Morgue.
Very well.
Kobolds are a festering plague on these.
You steal from those resting in my garden and still it.
All right, time to skulk about. Come on, open up. This jar, it feels like death itself. A sure sign of necromancy at work. I'll take that. Let's see.
Recueil de notes d'un entrepreneur des pompes funèbres sur l'embaumement et la momification. La plus récente est la suivante. J'ai acheté une rare trouvaille à un aventurier qu'il avait déniché dans la cité des Tréfonds, une urne funéraire ancienne contenant des organes préservés depuis plusieurs siècles au moins. Cette technique de momification m'est totalement inconnue et je me demande si elle n'utilise pas un mélange d'alchimie mortuaire et d'un enchantement nécromantique. Je vais devoir trouver le temps de l'étudier en détail car elle pourrait me permettre d'améliorer grandement ma technique d'embaumement.
This jar fights back.
Another step forward.
Ok, bon. Oui, une urne.
What's up for discussion?
That was always good at hiding. But
You recall where you've smelled this beggar's rotten musk before. In Mystic Carrion's chambers. This is one of the runaways he seeks.
Le mystique Carcache vous cherche. C'est lui qui m'envoie.
no, not him. He isn't allowed to play. Swumbo said not to tell anyone where we went.
Il a raison.
I won't. I'll hide.
Stem your cries. Sob, roar. Brighten up a loved one's grave with a boom. I will leave you for now, but I shall not be.
Yeah, but I dared you first, so you have to go.
My fingers are crossed. Oh, I'm not going in there.
Figaro's is in this part of town.
Wonder what's past this.
I wouldn't say I'm certain.
We're lost.
That corpse is huge. And is that a burning heart?
Dribbles on, judging from the smeared grease paint. The corpse has nothing to say. The corpse has nothing to say.
Why don't we just retrace our steps?
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Basilisks. Barracks got injured. Discharged.
Qu'est-il faut en train de faire?
Making me soup. Ruined now.
The corpse remains silent. It does not know.
Frank pear tree. Limbs locked up.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask.
We're lost.
Assume nothing. Onward.
I've got a long road ahead. Never wanted the easy path.
I'm going to ask for directions.
No, you mustn't.
Those absolutists love my soul. You do well to buy a charm sharpish.
The cultists took control of my fiancé. And what if it doesn't work? Have you got anything I can use to bring him back?
It does work. They'll give it. That would be the mind restoring charm. I don't have any of those. Sorry.
The hands are too big. And I don't like the colours.
You hungry, sweet girl? How about we bake something? You love baking. Remember?
So an amulet of absolutist rebuttal.
Those charms all sound a bit out of my price range.
When it comes to magical protection, I'd really step your chest.
Would you like that?
Anyway, we just going to let what's his name and his toy soldiers take over the whole city.
I'd never let the kids play out in the street now.
Lord Gortash needs to send the Steel Watch through here, mop up all this riffraff. Gods, I think even they'd have their work cut out for them.
You hungry, sweet girl? How about we bake something? Baking.
Oh, I doubt it. But we'll try. I really thought Tamlin would stick it out. He was a good mason.
A good mason turns up for work. Tamrin ain't a good mason.
Il y a un sacré combat ici. D'araignée morte. L'effigie de Sentai qui m'a tout fait pour me démultiplier. Toute sa multiplicité l'a-t-elle menée? Elle s'est prise pour une guerrière, mais elle n'a guère réussi qu'à traverser son propre sang.
This body, a sacrifice, or some kind of display?
Something good here, I hope.
A leg liberally dribbled with blood. No surprise which clown this belonged to.
Here goes nothing.
decapitated. Hands down.
You're allowed to on the file.
I need to do something heroic.
Une entrée pour les égouts. On trouve plus.
Now it's doubly so. He's delivered. Yes. These tax hikes are enough to make my eyes water.
Hello. Nice day for
Once the Watchers see off the cultists, we'll recoup. Broadsheet's rather dire today.
Would you throw one of them? Likely to die.
So it's that simple. Drop your weapons, bring out Nine Fingers, and this can all end peacefully. For you, at least.
Qu'est-ce que vous fabriquez?
Stone Lord. It's a little late to change the terms of our deal. The pieces are already in place.
This Stone Lord is no more. Boo and Jahira and my friend would not let me stay cursed. And the only terms we offer are between my boot and your treacherous buttocks.
I see. That's unfortunate. And what about the adult in the room? Whatever I told that lot below, this will end in bloodshed. All you have to do is pick the right side.
Qu'est-ce que vous fabriquez? Pourquoi vous en prendre à la guilde?
I'm not. I'm turning on Nine Fingers. This place has been due a change in management for some time. Her guild is disorganized, undisciplined. The cult broke them in a matter of days, while my Zentarim still stands strong. A guild under our control can do what Nine Fingers failed to. Drive the Absolute out of the city once and for all, and then remain on in the city to protect its good citizens from any future threats. For a reasonable fee, of course.
My hamster can smell your lies, villain. Foul not his little nose.
Fine. Let us talk of truth, then. Do your friends know how many you killed in the Absolute's name, Stone Lord? Do you?
Do not call me that. Minsk is Minsk.
Oh? I don't recall any tales of Minsk helping the likes of Nine Fingers. A known thief? A murderer? I thought Minsk of Rashamen served the side of good. I'm the last to judge, big man. You were just following orders. And hey, that's all you have to do now. If you don't know what's right, just let the grown-ups talk. Because I know your friend will make a smart choice.
Vous vous trompez. Minsk de Rachemini, c'est toujours ce qu'il faut faire.
Your leader is not wrong. The guild is a band of treacherous scoundrels, and Nine Fingers the worst among them. But the Stone Lord, Minsk, was many times worse. I have no right to judge, so it will not be Minsk who does the judging. My hamster will count to 3. Lay down your arms, Interim, and Boo will spare your lives.
Truly? I am handing you the guild, and you'd throw it all away on the word of a madman. Think about this. It defies all logic. Oh, enough. Center him! To arms!
No time for mercy.
Someone hold Boo. He does not enjoy the bumpings to come.
Ah, ça demande du déplacement, c'est pour ça.
Swiftly now. These boots have seen everything.
Who is napping? So die in silence, evil!
Ah, il est un poil trop loin. Est-ce que Minx va pouvoir agir?
Turn the other cheek, evil, so Boo might bite this one also.
That's enough talking, all. Back to work. There's a mess needs cleaning up here.
Let's be on my way. What's hiding here?
Quite exhausted. A good night's sleep would do me wonders.
Action, not reaction.
Ah.
Is that blood? No, never mind. Can't keep me out. Wonder if the gods are watching me. Open up. I need a quick word.
Kind of you to take the Zentarim down first. That doesn't make us friends. Come on then, Stone Lord. If you mean to take my chair, you'll get no better chance than this.
Minsk has no interest in your furniture, Nine Fingers. Only in the wicked rump that fills it.
What?
You have been a stone in this city's boot for too long. And it will be no Stone Lord who reaches twixt Baldur and sticky toes to dislodge you. It will be Minsk!
I haven't got the slightest idea what he's trying to say. A bizarre tale. But it fits this idiot somehow. But if he's back to himself... Good. I'd rather you die as Minsk the Mad Rashimar. It's silly, but... Do you know? You were something of a hero of mine when I was young.
Even now, your tongue twists the truth. When you were young and ten-fingered still, Minsk and Boo were stone, instatuated on a city square.
Aye. I remember the spot. By a garden on the Wide. A soft thicket near the market, with ample pockets to pick. Celestia itself to a street rat looking for shelter. You might not have been wrestling monsters, but you kept the wind and the rain off. Heroic enough for me.
Bah! You tried to dampen Boo's eyes. Do not think you will be spared his teeth. Evil is evil, even if it was once innocent.
Oh, I'm no innocent. But evil? Well, you tell me. With the Fist, the Watch, and the Council itself all licking the Absolute's boots, who's the only one left standing to protect Baldur's Gate? Heroes come and go. But the Guild has always been here, protecting the city. Until the Stone Lord came to break us.
L'histoire se souviendra déjà du Seigneur de Pierre comme d'un individu bien malfaisant, plus malfaisant que neuf doigts à Minsk. Ne faites pas empirer les choses. Trop de justesse.
I am shamed. Nadeshka. Unworthy to fight alongside my friends. Boo, what am I to do?
I can't speak for your rodent, but I know something of debts. If you reckon you've got one to repay, well, we could always work together.
With you? Pfft. Minsk has no lust for gold. That he would shake grandmothers by their ankles, or set Boo nibbling at their purse strings.
I'm not talking about that. We've both got bigger enemies than one another. The city's enemies. And, Tyr's honest truth, you gave my guild the wake-up call it needed. We've grown complacent, lazy, too sure of our standing. We never would have needed the Zent if we'd had a fighting force of our own. Swords for the city when the Watch and the Fist fail us.
Like a berserker lodge of my homeland. No army or militia serving the local lords, but heroes working for the common good.
Heroes? Sure.
Very well. Minsk and Boo accept.
I'm sorry, you what?
Boo and I will be your berserker lodge, taking the ugly ways of your guild and beating them into a more virtuous shape.
That's not even slightly what I was saying. I wasn't asking.
You are right. I have proven myself unworthy. I cannot serve this city if I was so easily turned against it. If I do not know my own mind, perhaps I no longer know what is good.
Dans ce cas, c'est simple. Faites confiance à Boo pour vous guider.
Boo! Boo! Kingpin Boo! My friend, your wisdom is vast and unknowable as the Rashimi High Country. What say you, Boo? When the Absolute is slain, shall we join Nine Fingers Keen and show her the ways of goodness?
Oh, can't we just go back to killing one another instead? Alright, fine. Let's leave this particular fight for when the actual war is won, shall we? With the Stone Lord off my back, I'll be able to bring my people out of hiding. Cobble together a force, so we're ready when you call on us. You have my thanks. Though, I'm still not actually sure you haven't made my life that little bit harder.
Derrière cette étagère, il y a quelque chose. Bougez l'étagère. Alors. Temps de caméra. Oula. Faut que je fasse un vin.
use.
Hmm.
Mince waits. Boo watches.
I should have worn better boots. Carefully now. Best be on my way. Breathe quiet. Move with care. At the ready. Let's see what this does.
Il y aura une autre entrée pour les égouts. Je me souviens plus où elle était.
Not a word on all the thefts and murders happening around.
Sure, Tash didn't need to know this.
Read the Gazette today yet, mate?
Yeah, this edition looks better than ever.
I'm telling you, that flaming fist was winking at me.
Well, she nodded at me. Oh, at first it was your idea. It's gossip.
It's precisely the times.
There ain't no one coming to help us. We ought to be helping ourselves. Tools down, banners up.
And what if it doesn't work?
Louder than foxes and all through the night.
Now, please don't you? There's 30 in that pouch, 40 in that one.
Look at all these fools.
17.
What are they pulling their money for? I've got a little brandy and a hip flask. One in it.
Through the nail.
Carol killed
If it has, I doubt the guards get to stick around to tell about it.
Nearly dropped the door on me. Mustn't have seen it.
That might be worth a look.
Maybe he did.
Just breathe. Breathe.
These ledgers are never going to
I should speak up.
Which bloody jobs?
I'm a dead man. Why, you? What in Charles?
You have been the subject of many wrinkled brows between my hamster and I, Sir Bankerbeard. On the one hand, you are clearly evil and deserving, but on the other hand, the one in which Boo sits and pleads your case. At the time of so, we are not agreed on whether we will return here and feed you to a mimic yet.
I see. Well, by all means, keep me up to date.
Voilà l'or qui a été volé.
And not even a whisker light. God, you're a boring bastard. Me too, I suppose, because I'm not even tempted to scam you. Take this vault key. You'll find something.
Donner une clé.
What's inside?
Ah, numéro 9. 3. 8.
Bloody better not be coming out of my wages.
C'est pas déjà ouvert?
So Mint
Just
has turned to the absolute.
breathe.
Maybe there's something
Breathe.
to this cult.
And switch bloody jobs.
It's all funny money in the end, anyway.
I am.
Excuse me, sir.
Table
Just for a little gold.
I think even they'd have their work cut out for them.
10, 11.
Took it off because of the absolute, didn't they? Stupid as a rough rascal.
How much did you drink, you idiot, Ducal?
Just a bit of beer.
Hold still, citizen. Initiating scans and stuff.
Ahead! I am totally not an absolute spy.
a swim?
Must have been some other oozing, stinking lump floating down.
Ah, les goûts de la cité.
A couple turns should do it.
Be wary. This place is trapped.
Air's ripe with magic.
Madness.
Elminster's not around, so might as well.
Fall by my hand.
I'd sooner split his skull, but as you wish.
I am fury. I am death.
Ils sont morts.
No traps, please.
You have my attention. On it.
Ouh.
Certainly.
Ah, ça s'étend.
All right, what now? Have to keep going.
Hmm. Je pense que c'est plus par là que je veux aller. Carrément par ici, on va voir.
Anything of use?
Puis, comme promis, ça n'a pas été simple à faire passer, tout ça venait des manteaux et du point de vue entamé. Je compte sur vous pour me payer de la manière habituelle dans les brefs délais. À bientôt, votre fournisseur.
That's curious.
Arabella seems not to notice you as you approach. She's as intent on examining a peculiar stone as she is unbothered by the corpses littered on the ground.
Arabella? Hey! I had a feeling you'd show up. It's sort of our thing, like it's fate or something. Check out the stone. It's magic. Incredible, right?
You are flooded with memories of the distant past. Creatures slain, lovers reunited, spells crackling through the air. The stone holds records of all who have passed by it. Arabella is collecting them. It's as natural as breathing for her.
Tu as raison, cette pierre est vraiment extraordinaire. J'y ai vu des événements passer comme si j'y étais.
And I've only scratched the surface. I want to know everything. Bone Man was right. The weave will take care of me. I just need to listen.
Tu ne vois pas qu'il y a des cadavres partout? Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé?
Bandits came at me with daggers. They didn't know who they were messing with.
Tu t'es débrouillée toute seule pendant tout ce temps?
Yep, and I like it that way. Bone Man told me to follow the weave, to let it guide me. I've learnt a lot thanks to him, and I'm still learning. Don't worry about me, I'll be just fine. I'll see you soon enough. Bone Man said so.
Hop, je vais faire une pause. Pour aller manger. Je vous prendrai sur moi après. J'ai envie d'avancer. On va juste faire un long repos.
Do not hide behind your hamster, Ranger. You do not understand. We were the first to discover the cult. And if you had only waited, we might have marshaled our numbers and...
Good does not wait for evil to button up its breeches. When it offers buttocks for the smacking, Minsk and Bo greet cheek with hand.
La soirée s'annonce sympa.
It is well that Boo's innocent ears still ring from all this shouting.
This mess falls on our heads, Minsk. The city under siege, its people poisoned by the cult. It all might have been avoided if you had just put your feelings aside and listened.
Où la piste aurait pu s'arrêter là, au lieu de vous mener à Kétéric, aux prises, mais à moi.
I have seen too much to believe destiny has taken our side. Blind luck, perhaps. The point remains. You meant well, Minsk. But you exposed the city to harm. You helped the cult spread. And worse, perhaps than any of this, you forced me to leave you behind.
But this is where Minsk falls short of the understanding, Jahira. What else is a berserker for, if not to charge into danger ahead of his Waklaren?
Wiklaren? Minsk, I am not your witch. You are not my bodyguard. This is not some high lodge of your homeland.
Boo agrees you're a queer kind of witch. But this city is a queer place. And Minsk, you may have noticed, is sometimes strange himself. The titles matter not. Only this. When Minsk does as Minsk does, and charges in to make a mess, Jahira does as Jahira does, and finds a way to save us all anyway.
Oh, comme c'est mignon.
Oh, I fight alongside fools.
You hear that, Boo? We fight alongside a Waklaren again.
I am your friend, Ranger. I am not your witch. There will be no ointments or healing balms.
Not even for Boo?
Seems simple enough.
Allez, petite pause. Et je reviens plus tard. À plus.